Yo, what is good everyone? In today's video, we are going to be doing something very exciting today. We are going to be showcasing the Sickle of Sorrow. Now, I'm very excited to get into this showcase right now. As you guys do know, the Sickle of Sorrow is probably one of my most favorite anime weapons in all of anime. So I am definitely really excited to actually showcase this Sickle of Sorrow, and I'm very excited that the Sickle of Sorrow is actually in Grand Prix Online. Now, I believe this is the second ever anime weapon to have ever been released in Grand Prix Online, so this is going to be very exciting. If you guys enjoy videos like these, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, as I am actually trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of 2026, so it would be very appreciated if you could hit that subscribe button. Every subscriber counts, and it will get me closer to my goal of 1,000 subscribers, so it would be very appreciated if you can hit that subscribe button. And also, don't forget to join my Discord, link in the description below, as I do host weekly giveaways in my Discord, and I am actually going to give away some fruits soon, and I might actually give away a Yoru, so make sure to stay tuned for that, and don't forget to join my Discord, link in the description below. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Anyways, let's not wasting more time, let's get into the video. Okay, so it's finally time. We're going to be able to open the time rift capsule. As you guys do not know, the Sickle of Sorrow officially dropped, I believe, 10 minutes ago from the time I am making this video, so I am very excited to open the time rift capsule. So yeah, let's not waste any more time, let's just get into it and open the time rift capsule. So as you open the time rift capsule, it says shatter the time rift capsule with a question mark, and then it also says the rift will consume itself, and from its void the Sickle of Sorrow shall be yours. Now, like I said in the last video, you do not have to open the time rift capsule. I believe for the people who are trading the time rift capsule, I think it gives it more value, which I'm not too sure, but I don't really care about trading the time rift capsule. I'm just trying to make a video on it, so let's just get into opening the time rift capsule. Alright, anyways, let's get into opening the time rift capsule. So we're gonna press open in 3, 2, 1. Alright, let's go. New item, Sickle of Sorrow. You open the time rift capsule and obtain the Sickle of Sorrow. Oh my god, look at this weapon. Oh my god, this is so tough. Oh my god, the animations on this weapon, holy, this weapon is absolutely fire. So firstly, let's actually get into the animations of the weapon. I believe if you guys have not seen the sneak, I'm just gonna show you guys, but basically this is the forward animation. You basically just ride the Sickle of Sorrow, which is kind of fire, and then while you also ride the side for a little bit, you just get into the normal animation than if you were to just backwards. So it's kind of cool how if you just walk forwards, you can actually ride the Sickle of Sorrow, and then it just goes back into flying. But overall, the animation of the Sickle of Sorrow is just so fire, and the animation it actually gives you is also fire as well. So let's actually check out the Sickle of Sorrow in our inventory. So yes, it is a legendary weapon, and you can also tailor it as well, which we are actually going to get into. I'm gonna favorite that as well because this is my favorite weapon. So yeah, it is a tailor weapon. I believe this is the first weapon that you can actually tailor, besides like Pika V2 and all those other weapons, which I'm gonna get into in another video. But for now, we are going to get into the Sickle of Sorrow. And before we actually get into the moves, let's actually get into the animation that actually pops up when you hold it. Oh my god, look at the animation. You kind of like spin it, and then you just, oh my god, and then you just hold it. That's actually fire. Anyways, let's actually get max stats on the Sickle of Sorrow. Alright, so for the Sickle of Sorrow, these are my stats right now, but these are not max stats. So we're going to reset our points, and then we're going to put 2025 skill points into our sword mastery, because if I'm not wrong, the Sickle of Sorrow obviously scales off of sword mastery, so we're gonna put it into that. Alright, and we finally have max stats into our Sickle of Sorrow. And just so you can see its actual damage, I'm actually going to take off all the items that actually give me a sword multiplier, just so you can see the Sickle of Sorrow's true damage. And then after that, we are actually going to put on most of my sword multiplier accessories, just so you can see its damage at its full potential. So for now, we are actually going to take off all the items that give us our sword multipliers, so the Mihawk hat and the Katakuri scarf. So now we have nothing that gives us any sword buffs, so let's just get into the moves, honestly. Alright, so for the M1s, this is with no haki, by the way. Alright, so for M1s, you get to get 5 M1s, okay? And then for the damage, it's 405 damage. So honestly, that's not bad at all. Let's actually see those M1s again. Oh my god, those M1s are clean. Oh my gosh. Okay, so 405 damage, mind you, with no sword multiplier and no hockey. So let's see how much damage the M1s do with hockey. Alright, and it does 450 damage. So honestly, that's pretty good. It does 45 more damage on the M1 with hockey. So honestly, this is a pretty good sword, and the stun is 2.59 seconds, so that's honestly really good as well. Alright, so 450 damage with hockey. Now let's get into the first move. Alright, and for the first move we have Divine Fury, mind you, with no hockey or sword multiplier. Okay, so let's try out Divine Fury. Okay, so it's like a grab move. Ooh, okay, so you spawn in a bunch of clones in yourself, and it is a 10-tick move. Oh my god, I didn't even get to see the damage on that. We have to see that again. So Divine Fury, alright, and it does 556 damage. Holy, that's a lot of damage. Okay, so that's honestly a pretty good stun move, I'm not gonna lie. This sword definitely has a lot of combo potential. And now let's see Divine Fury with hockey on. Alright, let's see. Okay, and it does 615 damage. So yeah, this sword definitely has a lot of combo potential, and it also does a lot of damage as well if you use it properly. Alright, so now let's actually see the Dimensional Slash, and just telling by the name, it is most likely going to be a long range move. So I'm going to try it from here. Alright, so you can also hold the Dimensional Slash as well. Alright, and that does 342 damage, and when you do not hold it, it does 228 damage. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's actually see the holding animation. Oh my god, that's so clean, bro. That's honestly really clean. Let's actually see that from a far range. So once we don't hold it, okay, it's just a little slash, and then once you do hold the Dimensional Slash, the slash just becomes ultimately bigger. Now let's actually see the Dimensional Slash with hockey. So the Dimensional Slash with hockey does 253 damage with just one hit, and then once you hold the Dimensional Slash, you actually do, oh, I actually missed that, hold on. Alright, so once you actually hold the Dimensional Slash, you get to do 379 damage. So honestly, both of these moves are pretty good, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I could see why a lot of people would want the Sickle of Sorrow. It's probably, in my opinion, I would say this weapon is definitely better than Toji's weapon, but you guys can argue with yourself in the comments. Alright, so now that we actually tested all the moves and M1s with hockey and no hockey, let's actually bring the Sickle of Sorrow to its full potential, and with that, we are actually going to put on sword multiplier buffs just to see how much damage this sword can really do with its full potential. Alright, so for these sword buffs, we are actually going to be putting on Hawkeye's outfit, Hawkeye's hat, Mochi Emperor Scarf, Ryuma's Scarf, just so we can get the 20% sword multiplier. Alright, so I believe this is the max sword multiplier damage that I can actually obtain with the accessories I have on. So let's actually see how much damage the Sickle of Sorrow can actually do with the 20% sword multiplier, and then after that we are going to be getting into the tailoring for the Sickle of Sorrow. Alright, so with no hockey and 20% sword multiplier damage with the Divine Fury, okay, it does the little clones, and then on the last hit it does 595 damage, so I believe that's a little bit more than what it did the last time. And then with the Dimensional Slash, just a normal one, it does 268 damage, so a little bit more than it did last time. And then once you hold the Dimensional Slash with the 20%, it does 402 damage. I believe that was the same amount of damage it did before, but I'm not sure. And then with the 20% sword multiplier and the hockey, the Divine Fury does, let's see, so it does the little clones again. Last hit, 659 damage. Damn, that's pretty good. And then with the normal slash with hockey and 20%, it does 297 damage. Wait, hold on, let me see that without hockey one more time. Okay, 268. Alright, so that's a little bit more than what I did with no hockey. And then once we hold it, it does 446 damage with Hockey and 20% sword multiplier. Alright, so I believe we got the Sickle of Sorrow to its highest damage output. So now it's finally time to get into the tailoring for the Sickle of Sorrow. Now I already know the Sickle of Sorrow is going to have a lot of value after this, mainly because it's the first weapon that can actually get tailored. So this is going to have a lot of value for a decent amount of time. Alright, as you guys can see, I'm at the tailor. Now if you guys do not know the requirements to actually tailor your Sickle of Sorrow, I'm actually going to put it on the screen. But basically, to color everything, you just need 3 tailor tokens for everything. And somehow I managed to get 35 special tailor tokens. I do not remember getting 35 special tailor tokens, but I mean, hey, we have tailor tokens now. So with that, let's not waste any more time. Let's actually get into customizing the Sickle of Sorrow. So as we head to Ashley Sailor, we just have to go through these things right here. Alright, so I believe we need to do current fruit / weapon, and then we just do 75,000 Pelly if you want to pay with Pelly. I would say it's easier if you just pay with Pelly. Alright, so for the weapon model, pretty sure this is the little outline. I'm going to keep this as white just so I can actually match my hockey color. And then I don't know what this is. I think this is, okay, yeah, this is the inner outline. So I'm going to make that white. And then I'm also going to make this white as well. Oh my god, that looks so tough. Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, this is already looking tough, man. Alright, so now we are going, okay, that's the other inner layer. So we're just going to customize this. I will be back once I am officially done with the Sickle of Sorrow. Alright, so this is my Sickle of Sorrow with the tailoring on. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments below. I tried to go for like a yin and yang duality type look. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this Sickle of Sorrow video. Anyways, let's try the VFX. I try my hardest to make it look as good as possible. So these are the M1. This is the Divine Fury. Oh my god, that's so tough, bruh. Yo, that's actually tough, I'm not gonna lie, that's really tough. And then for the dimensional slash, we have the normal slash, and then we have the dimensional slash when you hold it, which is honestly really tough. Boom. Oh my god, let's try the Divine Fury again. That's probably my favorite move with all the clones and stuff. Oh my god. Yeah, that's hella tough, I ain't gonna lie. And then you can just combo it into that. Wait, I want to try out a combo real quick. Boom, 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 up slam. Okay, nah, that's not gonna work. I want to try like boom, 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 up slam. Wait, boom, 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 up slam into Divine Fury, and then you just hold it, and then boom. That's probably the worst combo ever. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this Sickle of Sorrow video. Let me know what you guys think about the Sickle of Sorrow down in the comments below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, as I am actually trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of 2026. And don't forget to join the Discord, link in the description below. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I believe I posted about 2 videos today because I couldn't post yesterday. So hopefully this made it up to you guys. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one.